Well, good morning. It's May 23rd. Another wet day. It's supposed to be sunny and happy and all that stuff today. Gonna try and get in 20 miles today. I think everyone else is doing the same thing. We're all gonna end up at the same shelter. Leaving Delaware Water Gap. Had a pleasant stay at the Big Yellow House. They take cash only, no Venmo. Last night I had a nice dinner and went into the Deerhead Lodge and listened to them play jazz music. Really good bass player. A lot of good musicians in the audience out there kicking butt, man. So it was pretty good evening. I dried out most of my stuff. Put the sleeping bag in the dryer for a couple of rounds with a tennis ball in there, and it helped a little bit. It just needs a good washing is what it needs. The down is all clumped up. Hope I didn't just go off trail. So far so good. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of a icky day, but we're working on it. So no coffee or breakfast today. Everything's closed still. Town doesn't wake up until about 8. So kind of getting burnt out, and I need to have a good day today, I think, and or in the next couple of days. Looking at the app, there's not a lot of hostels or places to pull off the trail up here in New Jersey, and it's kind of different. The hostels are disappearing. More like hotels now. Try to find a motel or a hotel and get that kind of thing done. Anyway, getting close to the road here. I'm gonna put you away. We're about to have a fun day.
I'm not sure whether we're crossing the street line here or not. The river's swelling up the banks. There's a river up there. Pretty noisy. I'll put this away.
Here we go.
Rocks of the Emu is now behind us. So we're in Jersey now, officially. So a new state.
Uh-oh. Finally getting to the trail part. Like some trouble here. Just a tree fell. I'm sure with that. Plenty of water sources. But, trail's kind of mucky today. Supposed to dry out a bit, not rain, but under the canopy, when the wind blows, the rain will come off the leaves. I'm hoping to get some miles today. There's a little more up and down than the rest of Pennsylvania, where you kind of get up there and run the ridge. This looks like they have hills now. So I'll be going up and down. I think I got a 1,000-foot climb or something like that, which is, not terribly bad. But we haven't been doing them hardly at all. So, time to get back into shape. I'm sure we'll see rocks. We're seeing a few now. But it should diminish a bunch. I'm looking forward to having all the rocks, most of the rocks behind us. And getting back to regular trail. So maybe get some speed back up instead of having to constantly look down and worry about where your next step is going to be, where your next broken ankle is going to be. Yeah, we got a 1,000-foot climb in about a mile and a half. So I'll be getting warmed up here pretty soon. Guess we're in the Sunfish Pond area, natural area. Trail said it came in here. I don't know. Feel like we're up in Maine, you know, like feel like we're further north. I'm like, whoa, this don't look like Alabama. But, it's quite beautiful. We still haven't gotten out of the rocks, but they're the easier type of rocks. When you call these kind of rocks easier, I mean, that's funny. That just shows you how tough Pennsylvania was. But the rocks don't stop at the state line, of course. They're gonna keep going for a little bit. Getting more mud than rocks. I'm not sure where the trail is or whether I'm on trail. Oh. Anyway, wearing my rain jacket. This doesn't seem right to me. I can check the application here, but oof. I see a lot of people have given up on trying to keep their feet dry. They just march right through it to save time because they're racing, right? They're in a race. They're in a hurry. I don't blame them for being in a hurry. You get a pace going and you want to maintain it. You don't want to dilly-dally around with this crap. But it's pretty juicy. It's not supposed to rain today anymore, so that's a good thing. And, got some long miles to do today, but my right hip is giving me crap. It'll warm up. Start working right, start flying right. I'm averaging, I think, about 2.5 right now, which is my norm. I was getting 3s there for a bit, but not for long periods of time. But we're in New Jersey. There you go. There's one for you, Phaedra. Phaedra works at Fleet in America. She's a Jersey girl. So this is her home state. And I'm trouncing through it as best I can. Ugh. Beauty and muck at the same time. Wouldn't you know it? But it's weird how completely different the landscape is here. In just a few miles. I mean, I feel like I'm up north now, not down south anymore. Probably because it's cold out. It got cold on me again. But not cold enough to need the winter gear, just chilly. It's supposed to get down in the 40s again. We'll be fine. Anyway, got a few rocks to go over here. Ouch. That's nice out. I'm brushing up against everything and it's just soaking wet, so I'm glad I'm wearing my rain jacket at least. Okay. Not gonna be a high-speed day if this keeps up. And it won't. It always changes back and forth. Alright, I got at least 15 more miles to go. Probably more like 17 to get to a shelter that everybody is targeting. That's okay. There's usually lots of tent sites. But apparently I've run into my own little bubble. There's another one behind me of the older folks that are flip-flopping. It's too slippery, gonna put you away. Not feeling too powerful today in the legs and the speed. A lot of rocks still, but they're the good kind, you know, you can get over them quick. But you can get a view here today. Just not cutting it, not getting my speeds in. Kind of bummed about that, but sometimes I don't do good after a 0. Woo! New Jersey. Look at you, huh? All kinds of pretty. Yeah, clouds are just kind of scooting along the ridges here. There might be some sunshine coming back in there. I haven't seen that in quite a while. Maybe that'll raise my spirits up a little. But anyway, oh, I should probably put you back out of zoom. Don't know where the trail goes. We got a bunch of regular stuff now to do, like over mountains and stuff. Instead of running ridges, we'll go over a bunch of little bumps. I got 17 more miles to go. I've already done 7. Guess it's a longer day than I expected. So we'll see how we do. So had a fun time running into Fixing 2. He finally got his wish of buying me dinner, because I bought him dinner way back in Waynesboro. And he's been worried about it ever since. I'm like, good Lord, dude. You don't worry about that kind of thing, but that's the kind of guy he is. So got a Cobb salad last night. It was very delicious. And then we walked around and tried to get some resupplies as best we could. And hung out a little bit at the bar for the jazz, and then he headed home because he got hiker midnight hit him hard and he needed a rest. So good on him. I ran into Blowtorch from Standing Bear. Pretty nice guy. He was working at Standing Bear at the time, but I guess he's out here on trail. I don't know what he does, you know, but he's cruising around, having a good time. It was nice seeing him again. And yeah, a lot of fun stuff happening. Except for speed here. I'm not really rolling into this very quickly here today. I don't know what's up. You know, trail's improving him immensely. Just a bit slippery. And I don't seem to want to fall. But we're in New Jersey, the Garden State. So there you go. Does this look familiar? It's been like this all day. Mind you, it's only 11:30. I think you got on the trail around 7-ish. But it's been like this all day. I fell on a slippery rock and my left shin bone hit the ridge of a rock next to it as I knelt down. Could have been really bad. If the ridge was just a few inches higher, I might have broken my leg. But I've been watched over. People praying over me. Speaking of which, should pray for Nancy. Her house has got trees down all around it, and someone scratched up against the house, which is kind of frightening. One of the trees went right through their RV and completely wiped it out. Good thing it didn't explode, you know, the gas tanks or anything. But yeah, they're having some hard times with these storms. But everyone's alive. So are all the animals, which is a good thing. A lot to be thankful for. They got some big trees down and stuff, and I think they could benefit by having a mobile mill show up and mill the wood. You could sell the wood, make some money off of it, because lumber ain't cheap. And if it's just laying around in your yard, you might as well use it if you know how. Well, I'm not breaking any records today, am I? I just passed by the Mohican Center or whatever. Decided not to go in there. They say they got deli sandwiches and stuff and resupplies. But I think I have everything I need. Except energy. But hoping the rocks will lighten up after a bit. Oh, it just happened. Because I'm getting exhausted from them. You know, you really have to pay attention to your feet and you don't get to enjoy the trail. And wears your ankles out. Hitting all these oblique angles all the time, all day. Be nice just to hit, you know, a ridge and fly without rocks. For a change. Anyway, enough jocularity. I got some more rocks to trip over. Just ran into a guy. He was beaming. He was very excited about seeing a lot of beautiful birds here on this rocky ridge. Well, I know the rocks aren't going to stop if he said rocky ridge instead of just ridge, but anyway, he rattled off about 4 names like scarlet tanager and things like that. Frostbills. Don't know what that is. New Jersey's quite pretty. They're still sitting on rocks, man. I'm telling you, I'm ready to be done with them. There's more coming, you know. They can't get away from them. I'm sure that New Hampshire's going to kick my lily butt. But a reprieve, you know. It's hard to make miles when you're only going 1.5. Makes for a long day on your legs. You want to be off your legs. And you can be. So, anyway, not sure I'll be able to take a picture of a pretty bird for you or not. But, yeah, this stuff just doesn't stop. And I keep slipping and falling, and it's making me lose my confidence. But hasn't rained today, but when the wind blows, the leaves shed all their water, and it sounds like it's raining and feels like it's raining. You get wet just the same as if it was raining. But yeah, getting a reprieve from the weather. It's real chilly, which is nice, as long as you don't stop. So. Okay, well anyway, more of this crap here to go. I decided to take a lunch break here. A nice overlook. I'm hungry and I'm tired. But I don't think the rocks are gonna let up anytime soon. So try to make miles today and get them in there. Get to the shelter, which is pretty far away still. So, but the weather's holding up pretty nice. That's better than rain. Yeah, it's like 12:30 and it's starting to sprinkle on the day when the sun was supposed to come out. I can see that. The rocks haven't lit up at all. You just have to do a Rocksylvania day in New Jersey. You know, the state line's not going to stop the rocks, but they're a little bit easier than the rocks I've been playing with. No, not going up there. All in all, though, pretty nice day. Just legs are hurting for some reason. They just don't like doing these oblique angles on the rocks all day. I've forgotten how to walk. Anyway, back to being wet and cold. Maybe this will pass over pretty quick. It's pretty light. I don't know. It is what it is. Oh, this is nice. Maybe there'll be less rocks on this road. Pretty rocky duck pond. Got them on this side. Hard to see through all the bushes. Anyway, the trail's lightening up a little bit in the rock situation because we were walking on roads for a quarter mile or so. You still gotta pay attention to every step. You can't seem to get a stride today. No cruising. Which is, okay. I mean, it's part of the trail. That's how we do. Ended up in some more beaver habitat and have to swim my way across. Oh no, I guess I spoke too soon. Hope there's a bridge. Oh, someone's there. Pretty little pond. Yeah, I'll put this away. You can see like two beaver houses, one right there, and the other one way out in the middle of the lake. Pretty amazing. Hard to believe they're that far north. Anyway, gotta keep moving. Yeah, the first speck of blue I've seen in weeks. What do you think? Now I get hot and muggy. Oh, so negative, so negative. Beautiful day. Just gotta keep from dying. I'm not getting any speed out of these legs today. So I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time on my feet. Hopefully I can do it. I've done it in the past. I had a weekday, meaning not one of my stronger days, but I had one of my weaker days when I started at 9, which is late in the morning. Late for what, I don't know, but anyway, I got a 27-mile day done for that one, and it was very, very rocky, and got rockier at the very last bit. So it was no relief, and I had to carry water. So, you know, I don't know why I'm whining. I could do that here, I can make the miles, and I will make the miles. It's just not going to feel as good as some days do. That's all. But so far we've been staying up on the ridge here pretty well, and it did start sprinkling, but not enough to worry about. So doing okay. I'm exhausted already. Hopefully I can recover tonight. It would be nice to lay down and get a good recovery. Sometimes I sleep better in the tent than I do anywhere else. But maybe the shelter would be nice enough to hang in and not too crowded. We'll see. It's a ways away though. I think I got like another 4 hours before I see that place. So afternoons seem long to me. But we'll get it done. Ooh, this is slippery. This one's bad. Anyway, put this away and try to speed up a little. Yeah, pretty salamander. The spots are kind of shiny. They're not very big. It's the 5th one I've seen today. Oh, nice. A lot of them are real small. Small as a quarter. I guess they're just the babies coming out. But that one had pretty spots on it. And kind of glowing now that the sun's out. They're pretty. Thought I'd share. Somehow the trail has decided to lighten up a little on me. It's been this way for almost a mile, which is outrageous. Could see a river in the back down there. I don't think you can see it, but anyway. Not much of a view with all the trees in the way, but they keep me in the shade. The trail's gorgeous. It's been so long since I felt this. Trying to get my ankles and legs to loosen up while we're in this cruisy spot and sort of heal while we're walking. Because the rocks just are murdering me. We had this nice section for almost a mile. So I can make up some time here. Try to finish my day earlier. We got a long way to go still. But under 10 miles, which is good. And I think it's about 2:30 or something like that. So less than 10 miles at 2:30 is pretty good. That'll get me to camp at least by 5 or earlier if it stays like this. It's nice to see the sun peeping through. Birds are happy. But yeah, it's good to have a little bit of the gloom come up. Definitely raises your spirits. Anyway, I'm quicker with 2 sticks than 1. I don't know if that's more of a pond or if it's more like flooding. Ponds usually don't have trees in them. Yeah, temporary. Water's crystal clear. Cool. Well, the trail didn't last long as far as clean. We're back on rocks, as you might guess. Oh, slippery rocks. Even better. Drowning slippery rocks. Well, put this thing away. There's a road back there going the same place that we're going. But the Appalachia Trail Crew says scenic. They're gonna have me go over this. Well, that's the challenge for today, hopefully. Soaking wet. Yeah, oh, here we go. They made me scale a cliff back there so we can get this view. It's hard toward the end of the day to do these things. You know, having to do bouldering techniques to put the sticks away and do bouldering techniques just to get up a trail, and then you cross over. Well, I got that on film a little bit. That's where I landed. Sorry about that. Part of the fun. It's a good idea to make the trail go up these slippery rocks when it's raining. So there's a trail to the right of me, a path you can drive a car on. But they got us over here doing this crap. And you can't tell which part of the rock is slippery and which isn't. And there's the trail. See, I didn't need to do that at all. It could have been a choice to go over to the right and look at the view, or a choice not to. But they got it blazed to where you got to follow it and you take a hit. It's twice I've fallen today, and both times I've come out okay. But getting old, you know. One of these times it's gonna bite, like it did on Clingman's Dome. I don't have a whole lot more of those in me. Oof. I gotta warm up walking again just to get my leg working after that thing. Anyway, that's what it looks like for a crash. Bye. Yep. This is the trail again. We're walking on these slippery rocks. 1 foot over. It's perfectly clear rocks, and it's flat, and it would be no problem to set a trail up there. It just, look at it. It's perfectly clear over there. That's how they want to do us. I mean, I'd walk through all that. Should have done it now. It's crazy. There's no rocks on either. Well, to the left, there's definitely rocks, but to the right, there's no rocks. I don't know. I guess at 1,300 miles, you need more challenge. Oh, come on. You got there. That could have been all bypassed easily and safely. Just going through the woods. Just trim the bushes and go through. Or at least make an alternate so people can choose between getting killed and getting their miles in. I'm a whiner, like to whine. This stuff is crazy. It's smooth sailing on either side of the trail, and the trail's the hardest thing. What does that mean? Well, I'm glad the camera sort of survived the impact. I don't know if it ruined the lens or anything. It seems to be filming a little bit, so Here we go with the slippery stuff again. Let's see where people have been bushwhacking down below to get out of it. It's just frustrating. It's all get out. Why? Why? There's a path right here. No, I'll just see if there is. Yeah, people are starting to say no to it. Go around those crazy rocks, man. I don't understand why they do that to us. There's a path right there. Why? Nuts. Absolutely nuts, man. It's sketchy dangerous, you know, and they do that. And look at all the rocks here. It's just the way the path wears down into them. They definitely slow you down a bunch. And they're dangerous. Ugh, that was nasty. Anyway, got miles to do here. I should have been at camp 2 hours ago, but I keep getting creamed by these little storms. That one just finished with me. I hope. But I'm not getting any speed out of this, that's for sure. So I don't know what to do. Just keep hiking. But yeah, the weather's just not being nice. You know, it's like coming down hard enough to where I have to put on full rain gear. I was really hoping today would be just sunny and warm, and you know, I could dry out a little bit. We're not drying out. It's not gonna happen. So I got my own little private thunderstorms coming every few minutes. They're lined up one after another. Boom, boom, boom. So I should have been at the shelter a couple hours ago, but you just can't go fast on this stuff. It's brutal. It's even worse when it's wet, so I have to be super careful because it's sketchy. I've fallen twice today, and not enjoying that. It's kind of aggravating me right now. But I think I've only got a couple more miles to do. And as soon as I finish those 2 miles, there'll be a couple more miles to do. And then after I do those, there'll be a couple more. It just doesn't seem to get any closer. I don't know whether I'm getting the wrong readings or something like that on my app or what. But it looks like time is going by, but the ground isn't. It's kind of frustrating today. But yeah, I'm looking forward to some food and a sit down. My legs are feeling it today. It's a pretty little ridge though. Get to see the trees from the outside. But when I start coming down, that means I'm getting closer to the shelter, and I keep getting sent back up to the slippery rocks, and there's trails down below that are staying nice and groomed and straight, but you don't get the view. So it's a spectacular view up here, so I'm happy I did get up here on this one, but chances of me slipping and falling again are pretty damn good. Anyway, I'll put this away.